Hey everybody, it's Tina Call here. I am so excited today. We have been waiting for this day for since April. I have the agent we're going to reveal here that has decided to join our brokerage at eXp Realty, and she's a veteran in the business. She has sold, I think she's been in the business over 22 years now, sold over 1,000 homes. Her and her team are joining us, and she's here today, and I'm proud to announce Sharon Evans is joining us today.
Thank you.
Her first live.
Yes.
It's exactly, and mine too, really, kind of live. So I know all of you know that I've been with eXp since April, and it took me probably about 6 months to make the decision. So I've been in real estate for 20 years now. I've got a big team that organically grew through the years. I was with Remax, who was with Sharon, was with for 20 years now, and I decided to move my brokerage over. And the thing I love about this organization is exactly this. I would never have thought that you and I would ever have the opportunity to literally link arms and work together as teammates in a brokerage. So I'm just excited. So I'm going to turn it over to Sharon and just kind of maybe ask you from the beginning, that first night that you reached out to me and asked about my journey, like what prompted you to do that?
I think it was just a complete level of curiosity. When someone you respect in the industry has made a move to a company, and it's something you didn't know much about yet, you want to know, what are the details on this? If no other reason, you always want to keep on cutting edge of things, what's going on in your market, what's happening, what things are new. And after really digging in and going to a few events and figuring out all the details, I realized that we could go beyond our particular office, where we had a lot of great collaboration, and expand into tons of areas throughout the country, throughout our area, and it's a very welcoming, collaborative environment that just gives us lots and lots of opportunities to share what we've learned with other agents, and then they feed back to us new technologies they've learned, and it just really helps us all in the long run get better and better. Kind of more heads together gets us a lot better product in the end for ourselves, for our clients. And we just realized that this was a good way to go. It's really taken off West Coast to East Coast and started to spring up in our market. And now I've realized this is a really great new kind of almost market changer for realtors and brokers to work together and feel a lot more camaraderie and support amongst each other.
Yeah. And for most that don't know this, I mean, we had a mastermind group for a couple of years with a lot of the top agents here in the Triangle. We all were from competing brokerages, and we'd come together and we'd learn and grow. And when Sharon was calling me and we were having discussions about eXp, you had your reservations. We all go through that. Oh, is this the right move? And of course, you've been with your brand forever. And she called me one day and she said, wouldn't it be great if we could all just, kind of team up and come together and build a broker? And I said, Sharon, that's what eXp is,
Yes.
And she was like, that's right, and it's like we all want to work together, but we're friends and we're enemies, and we're trying to all go after certain, business, but at the end of the day, we wanted to have this opportunity. So I think for Sharon, I did invite her to one of the events, and she came to the events, with eyes wide open, and at the time, she actually dragged along one of her friends, which we have a second surprise today. I'm going to let Sharon announce that one of her good friends has decided to tag along with her in this journey. So, Sharon.
Yes, so I definitely, once I got the bug and said we really need to know, we really need to decide if this is a way to go, I went into what's been a very good friend, comrade of mine for years at my brokerage, and we always collaborate ideas, and said, you have got to come with me. I'll pay for the hotel room. Will you just come? We've got to check this out, because I can't make decisions about anything without a lot of investigation and a lot of feel for the people involved. And I already knew a bunch of people involved suddenly, and they started kind of communicating with me. So Kelly DeBrosse, who has been one of my best friends, big news. came along, and of course
Did she come along willingly?
She came along willingly because I kind of put that pressure on her, like, could you please just come with me? If nothing else, it's a trip. We'll have a girls' trip. We'll have fun, but take it in and see what you think. I need someone to bounce this off of too. And
I said, I'm never changing. So never change.
Yes, and honestly, that's been me. I would never change. Like, I'm happy where I'm at. I've been recruited by many brokerages, offered many sweet deals to be there, and it just, none of them gave me what I consider those extra layers of just ways to implement things into your business and work with other people.
Yeah.
And then I think Kelly actually got like the fire and the light very, very quickly, and I'm still a methodical thinker over here.
Yeah.
So
and Kelly is an awesome agent. I mean, she's sold over 100 homes in the last few years. She's been in the business forever, so we'll turn it over to you, your experience when we dragged you out to Vegas.
So I was going to say, it was Vegas. It's not a hard sell when it's Vegas. I'll just put that out there. Well, my initial reaction was surprise, because Sharon and I have always looked at other brokerages to see what was out there, make sure we were staying on top of all the technology and all the latest trends in the real estate industry. We had actually heard about EXP before, and we were very happy, as we said, with our brand. I've been with RE/MAX for 16 years. And it was a very huge surprise for me. The fun that was injected back into it, and I think all of that's due to the collaboration. What they said about having their mastermind, that's kind of rare in our industry. Until agents get to a point where they're selling at least 100 homes a year, they're not usually willing to share their tips, their tricks, their knowledge and experience, because there's no alignment in doing that. So what this allows us to do is join arms worldwide on a platform that we can meet on, get to know each other, and it's not just our voices, it's not just a person that you talk to occasionally, but you can actually do it all the time. So the technology was huge for me. The excitement of the company was really huge. I've not felt that excitement in our current brokerage for a very long time. Nationally, not locally we do great, but nationally I felt like we lost that fire. So bringing the fun back and the technology for me were huge.
Yeah, and it was neat to see them there. It was a surreal moment for me here. We're sitting at our event of a company that we've grown to love, because when you move companies, I knew it was a great platform, and I knew it would fix so many things that team leaders face, with recruiting talent every day and training that talent. Potentially that talent eventually says, well, I'd like to move on and grow my own team, my own brokerage, and you would lose those great people. And I knew EXP would allow me to pour into people now without the fear of them leaving.
Right.
And now I'm being paid to allow those agents to grow and grow beyond what I could ever do, it was kind of fun. So I looked over at that event. Kevin and I were sitting in a row, and I see two there, and I'm like, this is the of this platform. I'm sitting with two of the top brokers in our area, and they are literally at this event, and I'm not a recruiter. They called us. You called us. We didn't recruit you. Half the people, I've grown the organization now to 55 people. They are calling us. And so I think that's what's neat, is agents right now are looking for ways to have more opportunity in their brokerage, to grow, to expand. And this is a perfect example of that. So they all actually brought their team to one of our meetings, and it was neat to see their teammates and our teammates kind of collaborate. And Sharon was sharing all of her great experience with our team, and now they're calling and bugging her for advice. But it was just neat to see all of us kind of get together and then do the same vice versa. So
it's a breath of fresh air.
It is, right? You kind of, as the years go, you lose that, not the excitement. We love our clients, we love our business, but it becomes this,
But it only makes that better. It only adds to what we've been able to give in the past.
Right. And for entrepreneurs, I think we all, when I think about scaling, I joined KW at one point. I was going to start all these expansion offices. And when you start looking at the numbers and you go, if I expand to Wilmington and scale here and scale, it's just not as scalable. And now we have partners in Michigan, Chicago, Texas, we have Vegas. We're going to the UK and Australia. So it just really gives us as agents the opportunity to share our knowledge now with everybody. And the platform is amazing for our clients because now that we learn all of these new ways to sell real estate, it turns around and benefits our clients. So
I've liked that. I feel like I've got a team that I have grown and love, but now we can have an expanded team. We can have other people who say, hey, I like what you're doing and I'd love to get together, talk about ideas back and forth, come to meetings and share, and they can be kind of what we will now call kind of an expansion team member.
Correct.
That they may not be our initial core team, but we have limitless ability now to continue to have people kind of to connect with.
Absolutely.
And expand, which I think is great too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's been my biggest aha, is that now some of my partners that brought me in other parts of the country, I mean, speak to that, how they like literally embraced these two and, you know, are taking them under their wing like they're partners, and they're from California and they're from Michigan.
Yeah.
Maybe speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, well, I had already ironically known someone from years ago from a coaching event and a coaching group that I've been kind of associated with years, but they were all the way in California. But I met him and liked him, and we, you know, felt like we kind of had that good bond of we do business right, and we could always talk to each other. But then I found he was actually a part of this, and quickly had some conversations and some people that are also, you know, kind of associated with him now, and they're great. You just pick up the phone, you ask them a question, you set up a quick call or time, and it just feels like everybody's just ready to give their ideas. And I've always found, and I think all agents do that, we watch what other agents are doing, pick and choose what things are kind of more us, or how we mold that to be what we would do for our clients, and the more we have of that. Again, it doesn't feel like you're just doing the routine things. They work well and you feel good about them, but you always want to up your game, and you always want to get better and better.
Oh gosh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm always diving into something new and great to bring to the table. You have to evolve, and I think our industry is changing so much, and this platform allows us really to come together in that way, which is kind of neat. So, what is your biggest excitement for the future? I mean, coming into this new journey.
My biggest excitement, well, with Remax, it was global. It's been global for years and years, and so I really liked that. Moving over to this, that was a concern of mine since we haven't hit every country. But now I'm really excited because now when we do hit the countries, we can be the ones to hit the country. It's not a corporate coming in and hitting the country. It's agents reaching out to agents across the globe and forming relationships so that we can all collaborate together. And for me, that was huge. I love to travel. I've got a lot of agents out of the country that I'm friends with. And now I have a way to help them more than ever before. Now we can all meet in an online room and see each other and talk. It's so much, it's slides ahead of Zoom technology this Verbella technology to me is just mind blowing, and I can't wait to see where it goes.
Yeah, and the fact that we have ownership in that technology.
I was going to mention that.
Like, that's
incredible.
huge. And that's what I tell them. I'm like, I keep talking about the energy. When you go to a conference and you look around the room, those are business owners, those are entrepreneurs that own a piece of that company. And when you own a piece of something, all of a sudden your attitude changes. What happens? You want to tell people about it. Yeah. You want it to grow. You want it to be successful.
You're investing yourself into it.
You're investing, So you're not renting your business anymore from the traditional brokerage model, which has been great since 1908. It's been the same thing. And for the last 30 years.
It's time for that change.
It's time for that change. And people say, well, aren't you nervous? It's a new company. And I'm like, well, it's been around 10 years. Yeah. And so it's proven the test of time. But what really has happened is the last 2 years, I think it went from 1,500 agents to 30,000 now at the end of the year. There hasn't been a company that's grown this fast, but this is why. It's all of us telling our fellow agents, hey, we can all learn and grow together. We can link arms and make sure that you come to this company, you're going to be successful. And if you're an agent doing 4 deals, I'll get you to 8. If you're doing 20 deals and you want to know how to do 50, we'll get you there because we've been there, done that. And I just love the fact that in the last 2 years, it's had that exponential growth because of the excitement of what the platform brings to us. So I'm just,
One thing I was going to say is I love about EXP is it's good for the immediate new agent and the highly seasoned agent.
Right.
It brings us all together in an alignment that I've not seen before, because when we've been recruiting to our offices in the past, it can be very difficult to bring in a new agent. Who's going to train them? Who's going to help them?
Right.
There was no proper alignment whatsoever for that. Now it's a really successful platform that anyone can plug into. And they don't have to be in North Raleigh at our office location. They can be anywhere in the market.
Anywhere.
It's so powerful.
I just, before we did this today, I have an agent in Michigan, and he called me and he said, I need this, this, and this. I've got a listing point. What would you do? And I just, again, surreal moment. I'm helping a teammate in Michigan grow his business, And right there's that alignment, because if there was no alignment there financially, it'd be hard to give your time to everyone. And now you're building these mega teams. So my organization will grow, yours will grow, and we grow it together. And the neat thing is, anyone that reaches out to both of you, which I think you're gonna get a lot of calls, just like I got a lot of calls. What are you doing? Are you crazy? Or, my God, that's smart. Tell me more about it. You have the opportunity then to share with them and bring people on, and those people get access to me. The people that I bring on now get access to these amazing minds, and that's where the beauty of collaboration comes in, because one broker can't help 600 agents or 400 agents. It's just not possible.
Yeah. Well, a lot of broker in charges know them, but a lot of them necessarily haven't been the top producers in the market.
Right.
And they may not have some of the challenges of growing their own team over the years.
Right.
And now you're relying on people and talking to people and getting advice from people who've done all those things.
They're in the trenches.
And they can continue no matter what level you're at to get to that next level. Because there's people of all levels invited and feeling welcome and learning and going back and forth between each other. So I feel we were just a little limited where we were. The great thing was that most of the time these top producers would be there, and we had a culture in our office that was probably more sharing than most, which made it great. But it was very hard for anybody fairly entry level, even if they were a real go-getter, to ever join until they had been somewhere else for a couple of years and got enough business under their belt to afford that model.
Right.
And now this is just such an easy, affordable model for everybody.
Oh yeah.
So.
And really it gives you all the tools from the start. And you know, when I was moving on from Keller Williams, I was going to go independent. And what's neat is, you know, people say, well, what about the brand? Are you nervous? When you look at our top 10, let's say in the triangle, 2 of the top 10 agents, you know, our Angie Coles and our Rachel Kendalls, they're independent. They don't have a brand. They're the brand, and they're, you know, 2 of the top 10. So that didn't scare me, because I thought, I finally understood that I'm the brand. You know, at Remax I was 68 million, to KW 80 million, now over 100 million at EXP and growing. And I just, you know, you have that awakening that we don't need those brands, because, you know, years ago that was diluted. The consumers want us. And so it was just neat to see. But I was very worried that if I did go independent, you know, one day I didn't want to be opening lock boxes when I'm 82, you know, and with a walker. I knew that I had to get to the next level. And so I was more afraid to compete against this model, because I think in 2-3 years, agents are going to go to their brokerages when they're interviewing and say, do you have stock? Do you have revenue share? Do you have collaboration at this high level? No? Well, then I got to go this way. And so I just knew that in 5 years I could never compete with that type of model. So it was like, well, if you can't compete, join them. And I'm thrilled, you know, I'm thrilled because this is happening again. Recruiters are salivating right now that they couldn't do this, and here I'm not a recruiter, and this happened. And that's what I think the beauty of it is. And I can't wait to bring our customers all of their brain trust. You know, we're going to learn some new things in the coming months and years, and I'm just excited about it. So anything you want to leave people with, because I think you're going to get a lot of questions, a lot of anything you want to leave them with, like if they're having doubts. I mean, you had your...
Yeah, I just say get in and dig in. Come ask questions. I feel like every time I was curious or someone came to me as a hey, would you join, you know, our company, I'd always give it the time of day, and I'd always investigate it, because even if you decide in the end it wasn't for you, you knew the information to make that decision. Right. And until you know all the information, you can't know what the best things out there are going to be for you.
I get calls every day on, do you want a new CRM? It does this, this, this. I mean, how many times have I gone to my husband, like, maybe we should look at this new system, right? Everything is new and evolving, and so I've always been open. I'm a business person first, and I love to see new systems. So I was in a day, and then my husband slowed me down for 6 months. And Sharon, you know,
I was in for a day, and then she slowed me down for 2 months.
But this is, you know, my husband's like Sharon. He's like, no, we need to investigate. And she's an engineer by trade, right? So,
got to run all the scenarios and make sure that, you know, you vet the information and that the people who are saying what they're saying it's all really true. And it really has been just such an overwhelming positive vibe and sensation that you just can't help but want to join in and get everybody going that direction.
Yeah, well, this has been a dream of mine, because when I moved to the market 10 years ago, I looked up the top producers, but I wanted to see the producers that produced individually. and Sharon kept popping up because she was doing such high volume with a teeny tiny team, and that was so exciting to me. And I was like, that's who I'm going to go after, not in physical terms, but that inspired me. And so as we grew, it's like, oh, we're almost to Sharon's level, and now here we are able to collaborate. So I'm just excited. Yay! Thank you. So any last note?
One last thing. Never before in my career, through a company, did anyone ever openly and willingly discuss how to exit the business and retire. I don't know if you know any retired agents.
No.
I don't know any alive retired agents.
I used to say I'm going to
So
sell
these
till I die.
conversations and helping us build
Yeah.
the future, I think what I've done with 16 years was pretty good with the tools I had.
Yeah.
But what could be done for the next 16 years with the new tools
Yeah.
absolutely blows my mind.
Yeah. I know you've got a new spark in you. Like that's what you
Huge,
said. And
huge.
lots of tears. We've
Some
had lots of
emotional
tears
moments,
together,
yes.
right? But those are the
Happy tears.
Happy tears. Yeah. It's like the frustrations. Now you have this new okay, we've got this new energy. Because after 20 years in any business, you lose that excitement, and you want hope again. You want to look forward to building something new. And so I think, for us, I look at Charlotte and no tears, Kelly.
Here she goes.
I look at the Charlotte market, and for me, success leaves clues. And EXP is the #1 brokerage in Charlotte. I know that EXP will be the #1 brokerage in Raleigh in a couple of years, and I know there's so many new fun announcements to come. They've got some fun announcements. The agents have already started reaching out to them. So if you guys have any questions about their journey, reach out to them. Just pick their brain. Don't get your ego out of the way. This is your business. This is your future. This is your kids' legacy. You got to know what's around the corner. So don't put your head in the sand and wait. Dig in, ask these girls, ask all of us, our teammates, their teammates, and I think you'll see what these tears are about. They're tears of joy. So thank you all for watching.
Yeah.
Do we say happy Halloween at least?
Happy
Halloween.
That's right.